Ever wondered what the weirdest laws around the world are? Buckle up, because you're in for a wild ride. We're talking about the kind of laws that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about society. Laws that are stranger than a pigeon wearing a monocle and riding a unicycle while juggling rubber chickens. And yes, that visual is now stuck in your head. You're welcome. Today, we're diving into some of the most bizarre laws that are still on the books. Laws that somehow manage to survive the ever-churning legal system and remain in effect. We're talking about rules so head-scratchingly odd, you'll be reaching for your nearest legal dictionary and then immediately putting it down because it's far too much effort to understand the legal jargon. So get ready to have your mind blown, your sides split, and your faith in humanity, well, let's just say mildly tested by the end of this video. First up, we travel to the pristine, efficient nation of Singapore, a nation so clean you could practically eat off the streets. Emphasis on practically, because if you're caught eating on those pristine streets, you're facing a hefty fine. That's right, folks. In Singapore, chewing gum is basically public enemy number one. Now, you might be thinking, okay, maybe they just don't want people sticking gum under park benches. And while that's a noble goal, Singapore takes it a step further. This isn't just a no littering gum law, it's a full-blown no chewing gum period law. Unless, of course, you've got a doctor's note for therapeutic gum. Yes, apparently therapeutic gum is a thing, so if you're ever in Singapore and feel the urge to freshen your breath with a stick of gum, you better have a medical professional backing you up. Otherwise, you might find yourself facing the wrath of the Singaporean legal system, and nobody wants that. Trust me, their prisons are probably spotless, but still not a fun time. Next, we journey to the land of chocolate, cheese, and surprisingly strict noise ordinances, Switzerland. Specifically, we're talking about a law that affects those late-night toilet flushers among us. You know who you are. In Switzerland, it's illegal to flush your toilet after 10 p.m. in an apartment building. Let that sink in for a moment. The Swiss government is so committed to a good night's sleep, they've essentially outlawed the satisfying of a late-night flush. Now, I understand the sentiment. Nobody wants to be jolted awake by their neighbor's plumbing adventures, but to actually make it illegal, that's a level of commitment to noise control that borders on the absurd. It's enough to make you wonder what other nighttime noises are verboten in Switzerland. Yodeling, cuckoo clocks, the clinking of fondue forks, the possibilities are as endless as they are hilarious. Chapter 3. Hold on to your swim trunks, folks, because we're heading to Italy, where the sun is hot, the pasta is plentiful, and the swimwear choices are limited. That's right, in Italy, men are legally required to wear Speedos in public swimming pools. No board shorts, no swim trunks, just those tight little briefs that leave very little to the imagination. The official reasoning behind this law is hygiene. Apparently, the Italian government believes that Speedos are more sanitary than their looser counterparts. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I'm not entirely convinced that the tightness of your swimwear has a direct correlation to your hygiene levels. But hey, who am I to argue with Italian law? So, if you're planning a trip to Italy and were hoping to rock your favourite pair of board shorts in the pool, you might want to pack a Speedo or two, just in case. Or, you could always just embrace the Italian way and let your freak flag... Well, you get the idea. Chapter 4. Our next stop takes us to Canada, the land of maple syrup, hockey, and a surprising ban on baby walkers. That's right, those wheeled contraptions that used to be a staple in households across the globe are strictly forbidden in the Great White North. Why, you ask? Well, it turns out that baby walkers are actually a safety hazard. Who knew, right? Studies have shown that baby walkers can lead to all sorts of injuries, from falls downstairs to accidental poisonings. Basically, those little speed demons on wheels are an accident waiting to happen. So the Canadian government, in all its wisdom, decided to ban baby walkers altogether. And honestly, it's hard to argue with their logic. After all, no parent wants to see their child get hurt. Plus, this way, Canadian parents can enjoy a few extra moments of peace and quiet before their little ones are mobile enough to wreak havoc on their own. Chapter 5. Finally, we end our journey in the land of kangaroos, koalas, and surprisingly strict wedding etiquette, Australia. In Australia, it's illegal to disrupt a wedding. And no, we're not just talking about objecting during the vows. We're talking about any kind of disruption, from drunken shouting to impromptu dance-offs. Now, you might be thinking, isn't it common courtesy not to disrupt a wedding? And yes, you'd be right. But Australia takes it one step further by making it an actual law, because apparently some people need the threat of legal action to behave themselves at a wedding. So if you're ever lucky enough to attend a wedding in Australia, remember to keep your shenanigans to a minimum. Unless, of course, you're prepared to face the full force of Australian law. And trust me, you don't want to mess with a country that has venomous spiders the size of your hand. So, there you have it. Some of the most bizarre laws that are still in effect around the world, from chewing gum crackdowns to Speedo mandates. We've covered it all. We've explored the strange, the wacky, and the downright baffling, because let's face it, the world is a weird and wonderful place, and its laws are no exception. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, tell us about any other weird laws you've come across in your travels. We're always up for a good laugh and a healthy dose of bewilderment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating content. We've got a whole world of weirdness to explore, and we're just getting started. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay out of trouble, or at least out of trouble with the law.